Good morning there. This is Andy Gallagher. Hopefully, can get you some potential winning spots here on some Draftkings showdown slates. Just going to go over all three real quick to make sure and get you where you want to be. Starting with Brooklyn and the Knicks. This looks to be a close game tonight as we cover this. As we can look and see here at what's going on with the over/under and who's favored. It's Phoenix by 3.5. Both teams had a little rest off last night, so they're fresh and good to go. Projected score very close. Both teams not very good as far as getting to 500 percentage. So we can look down here and see with the general overview, not to get into too much detail, but we can see the top scorers are looking to be Booker, DeAndre Ayton, he's still balling, Rubio, and for the Knicks, especially Randall, we can look at Payton and Barrett. So we're trying to get the most value though on DraftKings. We can't just plug and play these guys in. Right here, you're going to get the most value probably out of Rubio. Let's just put this in order. Right here, it's value, the X value. Baines, we can get him in there for Phoenix. Rubio for Phoenix. Ayton, so it does look like a Phoenix stack going on there the best optimized way. Mitchell Robinson, we can get him in there. Probably more for tournaments. I don't like the price so much. If we can get it a little bit lower. Bobby Portis, of course, good for tournaments. And to really see which are the best tournaments play, we can take a look at right here, games played rather, the hit percentage of what we need, which is 4 or 5x, something like that. Let's put it here, since we can reorder that. We could be looking at potentially Baines, a very good spot for tournaments. Sorry, but I'm going to put these out on Wealthy Fantasy Football to make sure and evaluate better for GPPs. We're just looking at cash, the baseline, basically to start, because mainly showdowns are considered tournament plays, but to start out, we need to look at our cash game plays as I would do with any GPP slate. Look at those first. So moving on here, we got Boston and Milwaukee. They are playing each other. Boston, Milwaukee is a fresh team, not playing yesterday, so it's a 223 with over/under with the Milwaukee favored by 8.5. We of course want to get our Giannis in there, Middleton, and some Bledsoe, and see what comes about. Hopefully, there's no injuries. No to mention other than Robert Williams, but also something happened with Tatum yesterday or the other day, and now with Jaylen Brown. So we have to look out for the actual injury reports there. See what we can get out of this game. If anybody fills in nicely, that sort of thing, usage. We'll have to sort and evaluate through the day. To get my updates here, you go to hoopball.com, go to forums drop down, and go to the NBA DFS Today. This thread right here is constantly being updated there by myself and others as I'm just going to use this same thread probably around this time, 10 a.m. or so, to get these updates. See right here, update as of 5:54 p.m. Just noted here whenever I do a particular scenario for a team. Just want to track back here though 1 minute. I missed any potential injury spots for New York and Phoenix. We got out or doubtful Kelly Oubre and Frank the Tank Kaminsky, so we're looking to fill those players in with some guys like Ayton and so forth. And Saric, Baines, okay. So now next looking on, we need to also go to Orlando, actually to LA, where Orlando's on the back-to-back. Orlando's not very highly favored at all in this game, 11.5 with Clippers. So we're looking at a whole lot of injury those spots we have to keep track of. As far as anybody out or doubtful, looks like Isaac and Aminu. Paul George out or doubtful as well. So he gets some fill-in spots. We don't usually go to any shooting guard when it comes to playing against the Clippers because of Beverly, very good guarder. So we'll have to try to get away from using guards for Orlando and look at other spots. Potentially, if we get a full lineup, potentially we're going to look at Vucevic, Aaron Gordon, small forward, stay away from Fournier, and perhaps look at Fultz at the point guard and keep it at that lineup if all those guys are healthy. That's what we'll do here. By the way, looking at the sorry, backtrack again, but here it's just showing, Tatum questionable, Brown. We'll see about that. Who fills in nicely? Guys such as Hayward, and then we're looking at well, let's just sort by value for cash to start out. Looking at guys like these, trying to give you a decent fill-in spot for somebody for those couple guys for Boston. Walker, I mentioned. Marcus Smart, he's the main fill-in guy there to get you some value. Now looking on into the last game though, Orlando and the Clippers, as I mentioned. Clippers are highly favored, good defensive team. Not going to be a high over/under at all, I'm sure. As that was over here, only 215. That may be the lowest. Let's compare for a moment. We got Boston and Milwaukee at 223, and New York and Phoenix at 223. So that's what it is there. Okay, so let's just go right over here what we need to get at as the best value propositions for Orlando and the Clippers. We're looking at, as I mentioned, some of these guys already. We just have to sort out who's going to be the main tournament guys. I'm going to wait and project on that later on in the day. Update on the site. The link in the description of this video. Michael Green, going to give you some nice value, probably with Paul George out. As just look at his scoring, 11 points, 9 points, not terrible, but not great. So for 3,800, that's what you get as a value play, tournament or cash, basically. Vucevic, Harrell, he's going to get his time to run along with Gordon. So those are the main guys you can look at for some more good value if you need Bamba. If there's some key things happening, but it looks like he's a backup center anyway, should be fine to play and not worry about that. So I'll leave it with that, and I know you have the resources where to go there to help you out, and have a great showdown day.